Our first speaker is the founder of the Women in is a founding member of Wi-Fi and is also a member of the American Concrete Institute Philippines chapter. And she will be presenting an outfit of. So just then I have had a very great introduction from her. So engineer Arianne Symmes is born and raised in Manila, Philippines. Arianne received her Bachelor's of Science degree in Civil Engineering from the prestigious University of the Philippines in 1995. She finished her master's degree in engineering from California State University, Berkeley in 1987 with high honors and a thesis on artificial intelligence and expert systems. Her professional career has spanned real estate practice in the Bel Air and San Fernando Valley area, structural design and construction management of iconic Philippine real estate projects, mortgage banking, with the first online loan origination bank and being a country manager for a Hong Kong-based real estate firm. She is one of the first Filipina high-rise structural engineers and construction engineering design managers in the Philippines in the 1990s. She has served as the real estate consultant for the leading Philippine real estate developers. Currently, she is involved with artificial intelligence projects and senior assisted living facility projects in the Philippines and representing Balikbayans with the Filipino-American Chamber of Commerce based in Greater Los Angeles. She is a certified Spotify music composer and artist for the Philippine Islands 7 albums under hashtag Divine Diwata brand. So she is also affiliated with a lot of noteworthy organizations. So without further ado, we would like to please join me in welcoming Engineer Arianne.
Guys, can you hear me? Yeah. Thank you so much for that introduction from a person who just knew me 5 minutes ago. I am very, very privileged to be here today. I was only informed to be the speaker probably about 2 days ago. And I would like to acknowledge the presence of ACI Chapter President, Ms. Ellen Chua. Palakpakan naman natin. My mentor, no? Pass daw, pero para sa akin. She is the reason behind American Concrete Institute here in the Philippines. And also Ms. Ving. Where's Ms. Ving? Oh, she's out. But I am, as I said, I was only informed to talk 2 days ago. So being what do you call it, a graduate of the University of the Philippines, and my alma mater is always to serve the nation, scholar ng bayan. At kailangan po natin tulungan ngayon ang ating bansa, especially with the calamities that are coming, and my roots are engineering po. So my heart, no, my education and my profession has spanned many industries, but I am first an engineer. So I hope you enjoy this presentation. It's spanning probably about 4 decades already of my career. I'm already 62 years old. But I've lived in the US and here for 40 years, back and forth. And I'd like to share with you the lessons, no, that I've learned from history and why it's very important as an engineer today. You are the front line. You're going to tackle more problems that are probably far more difficult. And you are more needed than ever. So this is more of an aspirational, inspirational talk. And I'm so glad to see women, by the way. Palakpakan naman natin. Kasi nung time ko, Medyo wala akong kaklase na babae. Panay guys yung classmate ko. And it was very rare to have a girl yung pumapasok sa school, no? And usually, the boys were not supportive of women at that time in engineering. We had to prove ourselves, correct, girls? Correct? Okay. So, mas grabe yung struggle of women. We have foreigners here, so I have to speak English. Women in the 1980s when I was studying was considered like you have to like bring coffee or whatever, or you have to take notes, kind of bit feminine, no? But I had to shatter the glass ceiling for that. And I had to study harder. I had to be better than the boys. And I think through all my career, I had to prove that I could be as good, if not better. And I owe it to my father, who is Engineer Romeo Caparos, one of the premier structural engineers of his day and time. He worked with architect Leandro Locsin. And he mentored me. He said, never ever think just because you're a woman, you cannot be an engineer. Ever since I was in grade school, tinuturuan na niya ako ng physics and calculus. So, ganun katindi yung dad ko. So for all you men out there, you have a great responsibility. If you have daughters or if you have wives that want to pursue a technical career, science, technology, engineering, and math, believe me, they look up to you for that support. Okay? So anyway, let's go ahead. Okay, so today I'm going to talk about disaster recovery and reduction. That was the topic for the day. How AI could be used for that. Let me ask just quick question. Who here is 30 years old and below? Raise your hand. Up, up, up. Oh, we have many young people. Who is 30 to 40? Raise your hand. Okay. 40 to 50. Very good. 50 to 60. Wow, kuya tayong dalawa. Valedictorian. Okay, it's a kasibing. Okay. All right. So anyway, this is going to be a little bit, this is just a quick overview, no? See, I'm playing with this. Let's use AI to understand DRRM. That was a request for the topic today. Just remember this, forget everything except this word, HIT. All right? What does that mean? History, impact, and tools. And that will be very important in your career. You have to learn the lessons of history. Never forget, especially the ones that are affecting our country, disasters, because that's where you have to learn the mistakes that were done before, correct? Now, AI uses data. So when we have all these catastrophes, you have to collect the data. All right? Otherwise, future people will not learn. Impact. What is impact, guys? Whatever you do as an engineer, you have to think long term. You have short-term decisions like, okay, concrete, did it pass? Sige, let's buhos na natin. But yung pala, it failed. Steel bars, it failed, right? Short-term, you could say, okay na yan. But the long-term is when that, catastrophic incident happens and it fails, what happens? Lives of people are endangered. And that's why a doctor, only one patient. Pero pag engineers, failure, what happens? How many lives are affected? For me, I consider that the ultimate test. Okay? How yung design nyo, your design, how many people's lives will be affected by that? I know mabigat, right? Correct? But nowadays in the news, where, mga engineers are like not in a good light. But there's lots of engineers that adhere to that. Is that correct? We are still what? Ethical, and we are morally conscious. Okay? Tools. Do we use tools, guys? We are probably the profession that uses the biggest tools. Did you see all the machines out there? I mean, every day we're tools, right? Correct? Right? Dredgers, tractors. We are the most intensive. But also, those tools could be the most invasive to the resources of the planet. Is that correct? So may effect yun. Lawyers ba may tools? Doctors ba may tools? May tools din sila, pero yung sa atin, ginagamit natin, the ones we use, it flattens the earth. It scrapes, trees. Like if there's what happens to Cebu, what are the equipment that would take away all that debris? It's the engineers are at the forefront. But there is one tool now that is going to be so important in your career, and that's AI. Always think that AI is a tool. It could be helpful, but it could also be destructive. Correct? Sinong graduate dito na wala pang calculator? Raise your hand. Who graduated without a calculator? Ayaw mag-raise ng hand. Okay. Who graduated here using already calculators? Okay, good. Who graduated here using personal computer that is ano tawag dito? Yung lumang computer, yung ano ba yun? TRS-80. Do you remember? Ikaw nagtatago si kuya, nagtatago ka. You know what TRS-80 is, di ba? Yung pinakamabagal na whatever na gray computer, gray screen lang siya. Okay, what's the latest to, who here, raise your hand, uses ChatGPT? Raise your hand. Higher. Wow, si Kuya uses ChatGPT. Okay. All right, I'll test you later. So what has history taught us today about construction? There was a time in the Philippines, there were no high-rises. Probably in the 1970s, wala pa yan. Pumasok lang siguro yan, 90s, during Ramos' time. Okay? Now, before that, we just had probably mid-rise. Quad 1, 2, 3, who remembers that? Wala, mga young people pa talaga to. Who can guess what was the first mid-rise building in Makati? Guess. Huh? No, the first. Yung first na first. Nakikita nyo araw-araw sa EDSA. Dusit Hotel. Good guess. Shangri-La. Wow, you're still so young. Okay, what? May price ba? What? You see it. It's in EDSA, Corner Ayala. It's the Urdaneta Apartments. That was the first mid-rise. My father designed that. And he said, when they had that, siguro one floor is a condo. And everybody did not like that building. Why? It was the first na may condominium. They didn't understand what a condominium was. Why would they go from a house to a condominium? It's like, are you out of your mind? The Forbes Park people. At that time, that was, I think, late 60s. Okay? So, what impact have we achieved today and for years to come? Imagine 80s, 1970s, 1990s, 2000, 2010, wala pang Fort Bonifacio. During my lifetime, I saw BGC was Calabawan. Carabaos were there. Was a fort. Okay? I know you can't imagine that right now going to BGC. But you have to study, okay, the fast development of structures, especially in Metro Manila. And then now in the provinces or in the outer areas, we are experiencing again rapid growth. Very important yan, okay? What tools did we use to save on cost and time? During my time in the 1990s, I came from the US and I came back here, sabi ko, we will all use AutoCAD. Guess how many drafts people resigned? Because they cannot adapt. And I said, we cannot do 40, 50 stories without AutoCAD. We will not be able to finish this project with the change orders and everything. I was reviled by the people for that forward thinking. Now, everybody uses AutoCAD, correct? Okay, so this is just, maybe you're asking what my background is, but basically, I'm an engineer by profession, but I've gone through a lot of industries, okay? Real estate, mortgage banking. So I kind of understand from beginning to end conceptual planning to actual sales, what agri, commercial, residential, what happens to the life cycles of projects, all right? So these are my projects: Glorieta, World Trade Center, Robinson's Galleria, RCBC, high-rise, and malls, okay? I was very fortunate to work with, in the 1990s, with great taipans and developers, but we were still growing up, okay? Now, these are the three pillars of sustainability: social equity, economic viability, and environmental protection. I don't know if your teacher showed you this, but I think right now, before we wanted to be economically really up there at the top, but we failed in environmental protection and social equity. Correct? After looking at the Cebu aftermath and the typhoons in Manila this year, do you think that yung environmental protection and social equity, nagkulang tayo doon? Bakit parang mabagal ang pagsabi ng kulang?
Nagkulang.
Oh, in what respect?
Bumaha pa.
Okay, so Kuya is saying that it's still flooding, correct? Was there a time that it wasn't flooding? Do you remember a time when you were like a baby? You don't remember a time. Okay, who remembers a time it wasn't flooding? Si Kuya naman, oh. hindi nag-a-admit. Anyway, guys, there was a time yung bagyo hindi ganun katindi. I mean, bagyo dadaan, but you know what? The waters will recede. Okay, but now it's no longer like that. Every time a typhoon comes, it's stronger, right? It lasts longer, climate change, right? But what happens is the destruction, like what happened in Cebu. I want you to really, really study that, because that is a classic case that all Filipinos should learn from. Saan tayo nagkamali? Ang daming matatalinong engineer na Pilipino, arkitekto, everybody, knows that we have the most talented technical people, but we failed enormously because we saw people losing lives and homes. Is that correct? Okay, now, kaya tayong ang topic natin, disaster recovery. Is this a disaster? Do you think as an engineer you should be able to solve that in the future? What happened here? Any theories? Huh? What happened here? I just saw this picture this morning, and I'm like, it tells it paints 1,000 things. What could have gone wrong? What could have gone right? Pero the most important thing to me are the people, right? How do they recover with what will they recover with? Sinong tutulong sa kanila? Will it be the government? Will it be some other country? How do we address this? That's the question. Okay? So, now, mitigation, adaptation, human environmental impact. So these are the three levels that we as engineers can come in and help, right? Okay. We failed at adaptation, right? Because of extremes of temperature, higher sea levels, and more frequent coastal flooding. Di na natin makontrol yan. Therefore, we experience displacement of communities, loss of lives, homes and livelihoods, and environmental degradation. True or false? Do you agree or disagree? Yes, yes. I need conviction here. Because you know why? This is the reason why our country is the way it is. We have apathy. We just see the picture, but what do we really do? What can we do? We are in Manila. We're not in Cebu, correct? It's like 7,600 islands, right? Pag di tayo apektado, okay lang. But I want you to feel that if every Filipino experiences this, you as an engineer, you have to get involved. Okay? Now, what, why, how of artificial intelligence? Ito na nga, guys. AI is probably the most advanced technology right now. But here's my question. Kahit nandiyan na yung AI technology, how come our leaders are still not making the right decisions? Yan. Okay? So, is AI everywhere, correct, guys? What's AI? Hindi human intelligence? It's artificial? Okay? What's the difference between artificial and human? Now, if you have the phone, is face recognition AI? Can it recognize your face? Can it suggest a movie or music? Okay? Can it have a personal assistance? Okay, good. Now, do you use AI in your daily life, guys? Can you live without it? Yeah, probably. Probably, right? Can you live without your phone? Yes, no. No, Dasha. Who can live without their phone? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. But majority, you can't live without your phone? Huh? Or your life will be miserable, correct? Okay, good. Now, what is AI? AI is, if it learns to predict or automate, it's probably powered by AI. Is that correct? Okay, does it think like humans? Are you afraid of AI, losing your job? No, he's not. Are you afraid? Do you think AI will replace humans?
No.
No. They're very confident. Okay. So, AI, we need data, then makes decisions. That's all I think of AI. Data, make decision, automate. Okay, next. This is a short history of artificial intelligence, okay? Very short. Started in 1950. Is that short? That's just like, what, 75 years ago? With the Turing test, okay? Any of you guys watch The Imitation Game? Yung na movie? Mga mukha nito talaga. Si Bernard Cumberbatch, yung Imitation Game. Okay, find that. That was in 2014. They were Turing test. Okay, yung they were at war. Germany was at war with America. And then they decoded yung enigma. Oh, galing ni Kuya talaga. Kuya, kabatch talaga kita. Okay, they decoded the German, they were codes, and that's why they were able to figure out where the submarines were going or something like that. But that was the beginning of AI. Kayo talaga mga pelikula lang na naiintindihan nyo. You watch that because that was the beginning of AI, okay? And then 1980 expert systems, that was during my time, I was taking my master's thesis. Deep learning, GPT-3, but it all started in Dartmouth, 1956. Parang UP nila yan. Lahat ng professors from all over the US came together one summer and they discussed about the beginnings of AI. So ganun na ka, 1950s pa. There was only one problem. The computers were not existent at that time. There were big HVAC computers. They're not fast. Walang data. Okay? Now, bakit lang 2020, GPT-3? What happened? It exploded. What was the company that did that? OpenAI. Who knows Elon Musk? Ikaw lang? These people here don't know Elon Musk. You don't know Elon Musk? Okay? SpaceX lang, alam nyo. So he sort of started that, right? But OpenAI at that time was the one that pushed it, and then I think 2022, yung ChatGPT, it exploded. And Google was kind of not taking it seriously because they were into search, right? And they were earning so much from ads. So why do this? And then this Chat GPT came out. That's the reason why this rise suddenly, right? Okay, 4 levels of AI capability. Reactive machines, okay? They react only to the current situation or data. Limited memory is like self-driving cars, okay? They are used to making decisions that are more or less independent na. It's a machine that's trying to decide, correct? Theory of mind, now this is the one that people are scared of, is the AI already starts to understand human emotions. They're beginning to talk like us. And then self-awareness, ito na yung predict that there will be consciousness. Is the #1 country that uses text generation apps. Did you know that? Did you know that? You did, Kuya? Because you're one of them that uses the text generation apps? This is an actual study. So that means Filipinos are marites. #2, Filipinos are genius. Correct? Agree, disagree? Oh, takwan tayo eh. Takwan eh. Ginawa talaga ito ng study So ano ibig sabihin yan? Valedictorian tayo sa text generation apps. Okay, great. Next. Okay, what is a prompt? What is a prompt? Attorney, what is a prompt? Oh, dito niya lang. Tulungan si attorney. Tulungan. What is a prompt, guys?
It's like an instruction to the AI or command.
Uy, palakpakan ka! Saan ka galing? Where'd you graduate?
He's a lawyer.
Okay. UST. Okay, line at school. Go ahead. So, what is a prompt? Ito prompt. You write this, and a software platform, and this comes out. Is that cool? Hindi ako architect, hindi ako makadrawing but now I have hundreds of this because of prompting. Diba? So suddenly, bigla ka nang naging designer. Is that great? Palakpakan naman natin. Kasi bumagsak ako sa drafting. Pero nakita niya ako, oh my God, ang pangarap ko maging... No, may trabaho pa rin ng arkitekto. Ito is just like your imagination growing wild, right? And then like sasabihin mo sa arkitekto, ganito ang gusto kong bahay ko. Correct? Pero siya pa rin gagawa. Gets? You will not be replaced by AI, but somebody who knows AI will replace you. Do you agree? Do you agree? Na-AI na ba kayo? Na-AI na kayo? Na-AI na kayo? Honestly, you're talking kasi to a person who uses it 24/7. So, once you use it, you're unstoppable. Do you want to be unstoppable, guys? And once you use it, I swear, you'll be ageless. Who wants to be ageless? Palakpak naman dyan. Kasi yata nito ng dati. My motto is, as long as I'm, with the years, right? Dapat pabalik. You become now, what? More wisdom. You get to do the things that you want to do that you never got to do before. You don't deal with toxic clients anymore, right? Because guess why? AI will do all of these things for you. Do you understand? Kasi dati, di ba, deadline, puro hindi ka na makatulog, kung ano-ano. Wala na yun sa AI. AI will be your personal assistant. Okay, this is the prompt for this, what do you call it, sci-fi movie. So what they do, you put that in there, it will come up with the scenes, right? And then you can animate it. So you can have a 2-hour movie. Isn't that fantastic? Yes. 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 Namamangha ka, ate. You can create your own biopic, documentary about geology. Di ba, kuya? So instead of you just having PowerPoint, aba, hindi. Cinematographer ka na. Awarded ka pa ng Oscars. Isn't that amazing? So now you never go without ever doing a video kasi boring ka sa mga millennials. No, I'm serious. I am. I am. Yeah. So anyway, I just want to inspire you. I want to inspire you of the possible things that you can do in today's world. Okay, let's go. All right, ito daw yung four phases of DRRN. Mitigation, preparedness, response, recovery. I'm not going to say anything on that because I'm quite sure you're all experts. But I'm going to say it for the next slide. Okay. Next. Okay, this is the meat of the PowerPoint. The 7 prompts that I put in, I created to understand DRRN. I barely had DRRN in our school in the 1980s. So wala namang kami disasters noon pa. But now, I needed to be an instant expert. So I typed all of these prompts. Ano ba yun? Write the disaster in number 2, reduction in the recovery management plan outline in detail for the Philippines for flood earthquake. You will be surprised what ChatGPT, Gemini.google.com, or DeepSeek, all of them will have different answers, but they will give you a thesis. A thesis that no PhD will ever give you for free. Don't you agree? Sabihin ng boss mo, bigyan mo akong DRM na plan. Kailan po? 24 hours. Ikaw naman, ay ma'am, di ko kaya. Siguro 2 days. But actually, you do it in 30 minutes or less. Okay? So do me a favor. Just take a picture of that. I'm not gonna give you the spreadsheet. You type that in the, what do you call that? The Google Gemini and find out for yourself what is the response. Do you understand? Ganun na ngayon ang pagtuturo, ang teacher, sasabihin na lang, do this, you go do it. Because guess what? AI is the teacher now. I think in 5 years we won't have universities as we used to have before because it will be embedded in our lives to go to AI to study. All right, go. So 5, 6, 7. So I wrote all of those, and guess what? I could get a playbook on DRRN. More than any expert, I'm sorry, in like 15 minutes flat. Nobody, no human can beat that. And that's the power of AI. So you say shortcut, whatever, but it saves time. And I don't have to talk to so many people. Now, you do the analysis yourself once it even gave you all the YouTube PDFs of DRRM in the Philippines, because I was very specific. All the studies, all the law or whatever. So I read up on it. Then you become an expert on it. Agree, disagree? Huh? Huh?
I agree it gave, but there might be some noise there that are not.
Okay, sabi ni Tita, there might be. Guess what? You start with all possibilities. Then you filter later. That's my advice to the young people. Okay? So, last slide. Top job for DRRM. Ano yung mga jobs in the future? Or even now? Let's go. This is the top jobs for disaster recovery reduction. You become an officer, okay, that will prepare all these things, no? Response, recovery, number 1. Emergency operations manager, GIS and data analyst for DRRM. This is like the mapping, okay? Next slide. Climate change adaptation analyst, logistics and supply chain manager, and recovery and rehabilitation planner. All these are new terminologies, but I think the basic foundation is engineering. Did you hear that? Even, kung meron kang solid engineering background, This is just a specialization. So, with that, I thank you for your attention and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.
Thank you very much, Arianne.